saying that a pickle escaped from this book?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Pally. He jumped right out of the brine.
Huh. What's brine?
It's that salty water that pickles the pickles, kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
brine.
Perhaps you'll once again turn your attention to the title. Stop that pickle. Maybe we should start at the beginning. Give it a read.
Oh, I'd be happy to, sir. Let's see. Stop That Pickle by Peter R. Moore, illustrated by Andrew Sachat. Okay. It was lunchtime when Ms. Elmira Deeds waddled in to Mr. Adolph's deli.
I would like a pickle, please.
She said,
Why, certainly.
said Mr. Adolph, wiping his hands. He unscrewed the lid on the giant pickle jar and looked inside. There was only one fat pickle left floating in the brine. Mr. Adolph tried to spear the pickle with a long fork. But each time he did, the pickle swam to the other side of the jar. This pickle did not want to be eaten. Mr. Adolph was rather embarrassed by this turn of events, and he began to dig around in a drawer for some tongs. As he was doing this, the pickle climbed out of the jar on his little green legs, darted across the counter, and ran out the door.
Eek!
Said Ms. Elmira Deeds.
Pickle!
No one had ever seen a pickle move quite so fast.
Stop that pickle!
Shouted Mr. Adolph, giving chase. Down the street ran the pickle. Mr. Adolph quickly pooped out and had to sit down on the curb. Reclining on a nearby plate, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich heard the alarm and leapt up. Everyone knows that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is not the fastest sandwich in the world. But it does have great endurance. That means it can run for a long time without getting tired. The sandwich chugged after the pickle.
Stop that pickle!
It shouted. As the pickle and the peanut butter and jelly sandwich passed a bake shop, a fat braided pretzel climbed down from the counter and stumbled into the street. It ran a few steps behind the peanut butter sandwich, scattering sesame seeds as it went.
Stop that pickle.
Cried the pretzel. Enjoying the sun on a nearby tree, a lovely green pippin apple heard the pretzel's cry and shook itself loose to join the chase. It rolled down every hill it could. A crowd of toasted almonds, 17 of them, came skittering down the street. Where they came from is anybody's guess.
Stop that pickle.
They peep with their little almond voices. A scurrying crowd of raisins and a cake donut came right behind. The last to join the parade were a cool bottle of grape juice and an elegant vanilla ice cream cone sprinkled with chocolate. They all had just one thing to say.
Stop that pickle.
But the pickle was too fast for them all. He had a great time zigging and zagging and thumbing his green pickle nose at his pursuers. Sometimes he would stop and read a newspaper to give them a chance to catch up. They were the slowest food he'd ever seen. On and on went the chase. It seemed that it would never end when, woof! Rounding a corner, the pickle collided with a young boy.
There's the pickle!
Stunned, the pickle lay there. The collision had knocked the wind out of him. Quickly, all of his pursuers gathered around.
You've caught the pickle!
They all cried to the boy.
What should I do with him?
He asked.
Why, eat him, of course!
They shouted. They were all a bit beside themselves.
He's just a silly pickle.
Now, it just so happened that the boy had been playing hard all morning long and somehow had misplaced his lunchbox. He was terribly hungry. He looked at the pickle, who immediately began to cry big briny tears. The boy had a better idea. He ate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the fat braided pretzel, the lovely green pippin apple, the 17 toasted almonds, the handful of raisins, the cake donut, and drank the bottle of grape juice. Finally, he polished off the ice cream cone. The only thing left was the pickle. The boy looked at the pickle and shook his head.
Whoever heard of eating a pickle after ice cream?
Stop that pickle! The end.
Well. Quite the slick pickle. Yeah, too slick. But he won't get away with it. I'll catch him. If you see that pickle, call me. Day or night. I'm in the book.
Wow, that's some sandwich.
Yeah. So, now let's all keep an eye out, folks. There's no way that this pickle's gonna give us the slip. Yeah, you can run, but you cannot hide.
I kind of like the pickle, Daddy.
Yeah, I was kind of rooting for the pickle as well.
Oh, well, okay, I gotta admit, I'm kind of fond of him, too.
Here, pickle. Here, pickle.
Whoa, that's dedication.
Hello, everybody. Please welcome my guest, the Lion.
Hi there.
What's coming up on Between the Lions?
Well, let's see. We got punctuation. Question marks? Exclamation points. Oh, and a lot of other fun stuff, too.
Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Stop! Exclamation point. Stop? Question mark. Stop! Exclamation point.
Here's a song about contractions when you take two words and make them into one. You're invited. Let's get to it. I'm excited. We'll all do it. Here is here's, there is theirs, it is it's everywhere. It's contractions. Let's make contractions. Contractions. We're taking two words and making one. Like taking do not and making don't. Look at how it's done. Oh, squish them together and lose the O from the N-O-T. And you replace it with something called an apostrophe. Let us make contractions. We will use contractions. You will dig contractions. Let us make contractions.
Look. Look. Period. Look. Question mark. Look! Exclamation point.
There's a gorilla at the zoo. He is looking straight at me. This is what gorillas do. See him swinging from a tree. These are only simple facts. That's how this gorilla acts. Period. What's this? Is that gorilla on the moon? Is he shining down on me? Is he silly as a loon? Like gorillas shouldn't be. Please won't someone tell me why that gorilla's in the sky? Question mark. Oh boy, there's a gorilla on my floor. Look at him, and he's staring up at me. I'm scared, so I'm running out the door. I am trying to get free. But he says he came to play. He just wants to be my friend. So we played it home all day. Exclamation point. The end.
This will end now. Period. Now! Exclamation point.
Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Hey, Dad.
Oh, hey, Lionel. Boy, that new janitor we hired is doing a great job.
Oh, yeah, the library looks... Dad!
What?
Dad?
Huh?
Dad!
What?
That's no janitor. That's a pickle.
A what?
The pickle from the book.
Stop that pickle! And come back!
Here, come back.
Stop!
Dad! Pickle!
I think he went this way!
Did you went this way?
He went this way!
And now, hey, I'm talking into a pickle. Coming up next, hot tamales. Testing, testing. Is this pickle on?
Chicks and salsa.
And now, book and a meal with our host, Cleo.
Thank you for that lovely welcome. And is there any better combo than good food and a good book?
I don't think so.
I know. Isn't it exciting? We have here our ingredients. Our avocados. Our tomatoes over there. And of course, our cilantro. And last but not least, our good book. Let's get right to it.
Yes.
Chicks and Salsa by Aaron Reynolds, illustrated by Paulette Bogan. Let's read. There were grumblings in the henhouse of Nuthatcher Farm. The chickens were tired of chicken feed. The rooster took it upon himself to solve this problem. Mrs. Nuthatcher, the farmer's wife, had started watching cooking shows in the afternoons. The rooster was perched on a fence post outside the farmhouse window when he discovered the solution to his problem.
Salsa!
Led by the rooster, the chickens crept into the garden, where they took tomatoes and uprooted onions. That night, the chickens ate chips and salsa. Though nobody was quite certain where the chickens got the chips. The tasty tang of tomatoes and onions hung over the barnyard. And the rooster said,
Olay!
Very soon, there were mumblings at the duck pond of Nuthatcher Farm. Inspired by the chickens, the ducks decided they were tired of fish. With the rooster's encouragement, the ducks dipped into the garden, where they selected cilantro and gathered garlic. That night, the ducks ate guacamole, though nobody was quite certain where the ducks got the avocados. The spicy scent of garlic and cilantro hung over the barnyard. And the duck said,
Olay!
The next morning, there were rumblings in the pig pen of Nuthatcher Farm. Overwhelmed by the enticing aromas, the pigs decided they were tired of slop. While the rooster distracted Farmer Nuthatcher, oh no, the pigs plodded into the garden, where they borrowed beans and chopped chilies. That night, the pigs ate nachos, though nobody was quite certain where the pigs got the nacho cheese sauce. The delightful deliciousness of cheese and chilies hung over the barnyard. And the pigs said, Olay! As everyone knows, when a passion for Southwestern cuisine takes hold of farm animals, and so many sumptuous, spicy, savory scents collide in the barnyard air, it can only lead to one thing. Fiesta! The rooster got things organized, then returned to his fence post to watch for a good enchilada recipe. The horses decorated the barn. The bull practiced his Mexican hat dance, though nobody was quite certain where the bull got the sombrero. And the chickens, ducks, and pigs snuck into the garden. But all of their spicy Southwestern supplies were gone. The scallions had been stolen. The peppers had been pilfered. The limes had been lifted. But there were slurpings in the kitchen of Nuthatcher Farm. Stirred by the succulent smells in the barnyard, Mrs. Nuthatcher had decided to make tamales for the county fair. A saucy sweetness hung over the farmhouse kitchen, and Mrs. Nuthatcher said, Olay! Disappointed, the animals canceled the fiesta. That evening, the chickens ate their chicken feed, the ducks ate their fish, and the pigs ate their slop. But while the Nuthatchers were at the fair, the rooster crept into the kitchen and borrowed a French cookbook. The next morning, the rooster ate crepes with white grapes in champagne sauce, though nobody was quite certain where the rooster learned how to read. A satisfied smile stretched over the rooster's beak, and the rooster said, Oh, ooh la la. The end. And what a scrumptious book that was, wasn't it?
Hi, Daddy, I'm on TV,
I know. Makes you want to do some cooking.
That is good job. I like that.
We love our avocados. We chop our avocados. We squeeze our lemon squeeze.
Go for it, Mom.
We slice. And we slice. And we dice.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna get crazy now.
We spice. And we spice. And we spice. Smell that.
Next! 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 Next!
Excellent! What's next on Between the Lions? Good Things, featuring the letter G. Go for it, dudes! Huh?
Garden. G. 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 Gold. Goose. Gourd. You Never Hear the Garden Grow by Lillian Moore. Row on row, you never hear the garden grow. Seeds split, roots shove and reach. Earth heaves, leaves unfurl. Stems pierce the ground. Pea pods fatten. Vines stretch and curl. Such growing going on without a sound.
Hi, I'm from Houston, Texas, and here are some words that begin with the letter G. Goggles. Girl. Golf ball. Golf club. Guitar. Gumballs. G. Ga.
And now here's the gospel truth about the two sounds of the letter G. Well, I went to see the gypsy about the letter G. The G in gypsy sounds like G is what she said to me. But G sounds like good in guppy, goat, and galaxy. You've gotta love the G and good sounds of the letter G. G, we love the G and good sounds of the letter G. He's the G in gentle giant and the goo in goo. And G stands for giraffe and it's the goo in blue. That's why Gina, George, and Jean, and Gail, and Goldie all agree. Yeah, they love the goo and G sounds of the letter G. G, we love the goo and G sounds of the letter G. When it comes before an E or I or Y, the letter G, you know it often sounds like G. But when other letters follow, you can bet your bottom dollar that the sound G makes is good. I've got one more bit of gossip, though it may sound strange. I am gaga over garbage, luggage, grunge, and grange, as well as gadget and gigantic, cause these words you see feature both the good and just sounds of the letter G. G, we love the good and just sounds of the letter G. G, we love the good and just sounds of the letter G.
Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing, daring, and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger! Today's adventure, episode 892, Cliffhanger and the Grumpy Gourd Gatherers.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me! We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Suddenly, Cliff spots two grumpy gourd gatherers.
That's too small. Minuscule.
Cliff gropes around in his backpack and extracts his trusty survival manual. Using his noted decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
If you spot two gourd gatherers gathering gourds, disguise yourself as a gourd and get gathered. Luckily, I have a gorgeous gourd costume. I just hope it's big enough.
That gourd is gargantuan. Yes, it's much too big.
It's ridiculously huge.
No!
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer.
G. Garden.
Hola, everybody. As you can see, it's fiesta time. We have our guacamole, our salsa, our chips, and our music. And good company. Because it's all about good company. Am I right, everybody? I know. See you next time for Book and a Meal with your host, Cleo. Hasta luego.
Yo, check it out! We're going surfing without a board, dudes!
Okay, because we're surfing between the Lions website. Okay.
Go to pbskids.org.